while hanging out down there is that, you know, these guys don't have an option when it comes to choice. Now, you guys do have an option. You may not love the choice that you have to make. It might not be the most fly choice or the one that, you know, is the most popular, but you do have a choice, and those choices are going to be the things that define you. So I really encourage you to think about the privilege that you have to actually have a choice, because these young men and women who are living there, they don't have a choice. They're getting involved in this drug game because it's all there is for them, you know. So let me just run through. I know you guys, we only got a little bit more time. We only got, if you want to ask some questions. So let me just run through these quick. We went to Liberia with MIA. Some of you guys might know her, the artist from the UK. We went to check out this guy, Kimmy Weeks, who's a child's rights advocate, who survived the war, the 15-year war in Liberia. We went to Haiti, which is really close to, like, just off the coast of Florida, like about 120 miles. And we took Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers out there to connect with this woman. That's Kamzus Moore. She does rural healthcare work. Where else
Before Kamzus rounds even begin,
we went back to Peru, where we went when we were developing the show. That's Machu Picchu on 7-1 Road. We took Cameron Diaz with us to connect with this guy Puma, who's a young medicine man.
Get up at about 4 in the morning to begin the ceremony.
Where do we go next? Actually, we came down here to the States, went to Oklahoma to the Pawnee Reservation. We took the actor Casey Affleck with us, and we went out there to connect with this woman, Crystal Echohawk, and her crew go from reservation to reservation doing cultural workshops with you know, the young kids on the res. They're the smallest population, but the poorest population in the country, and we're here on their land. The last show we did was in Vancouver. We did it right outside our doorstep. We took Ava Mendez, the actress, to connect with this woman, Liz Evans, and she's like, you come out of, Vancouver's an interesting place. You come out of my office, you turn right, you're in the financial district. You turn left, you're in what's called the downtown east side. And the UN last year did two reports on our city. One was that this is the consistent one. It's like, it's always one of the best places to live in the world. It's either like 1, 2, or 3 because there's a really high quality of life. There's a lot of money there. It's affluent. The report came around this area I was telling you about, the downtown east side. It's like 16,000 people crammed into like 12 blocks, and they're all dealing with mental health issues, drug abuse issues, and homelessness. And they said in that little area of this very rich city that the people had HIV and hepatitis C rates equivalent to that of Botswana. So it's amazing to me how the difference that can exist in the very same block, you know. So we put this, we finished this
Maria Big Charles is
this show up, and for us, you know, as I was saying to you guys, the reason we were actually at the UN yesterday was because of the business model that we put behind this. Because it's one thing to go and get a show on television. It's pretty cool. It's on MTV. It's now on National Geographic around the world. You know, it looks like MTV is going to pick it up here in the U.S., so you guys are going to get a chance to see it. You can tell everybody, yeah, I knew about that show long before y'all. And but for us, we wanted to figure out different models of how we could connect with the people we're working with. So that Tashka and all the people that you met today, they're our partners in the show. So when we make money, they make money. So we split that. We split our money 50-50 with them, and that was why we were at the UN yesterday, because they wanted to talk about what they call sustainable business models with indigenous communities, which means really you know, those are all big words, but the basics of it is just like, it's just ethical. It's just the right thing to do. You know, the bottom line in business has always been about money, and for us, we want to try to create a triple bottom line, which is about, you know, about money and being successful, but it's also about, you know, being good for people and good for the planet. So, you know, the other thing we did is, as you guys saw before I came in, is forreal.com. So if any of this, if you guys were excited by any of this, you're inspired by it, go to the website, check it out. There's more clips there. You can learn. You can sign up for the social network. You can talk about art, culture, and social change. You can, you know, buy merchandise from the different communities. You can do a fundraiser in your community. You can figure out what's for real here. You know, you don't have to go halfway around the world to connect to something. What else we got? That's that National Geographic thing I was telling you about, how they picked it up. And really, schools, so I actually am going to get some materials for some of your teachers around school curriculum that you guys can use. If you guys are excited about this, you can use it to learn. And we do a lot of events. We're on a tour right now in Canada and the US doing stuff like this and throwing parties. And I think that just to wrap it up for you guys, like, I don't you know, get up here to tell you guys that if you care about the planet or if you're inspired by any of this, that you need to hop on a plane and go to Africa and dig a well. That's kind of an old idea that I believe is pretty dysfunctional. What I am here to tell you though is that, you know, you're a part of this earth and you are going to inherit it. And we all have issues, you know. It doesn't matter if it's me, you, or my friend in Sierra Leone. When we wake up in the morning, we wake up with our own problems. And I'll tell you personally, when I wake up in the morning, my problems are the ones that are the most important. And I think what I'm showing you and what I've learned by traveling around the world is that the way that you deal with the problems and the issues within yourself and within your community will be the things that define you. So I hope to pass on some of this inspiration to these people who find a way to like transform and you know, move and really transcend their own surroundings and move through their issues and even take their own community on their back. But you know, if you care about the planet or you want to do something about it, it starts with you. You know, if you want to change something, or if there's something in the neighborhood that you don't like, it starts with you. You know, you got to check yourself, see what you're passionate about, what you care about, figure out how you deal with your family, friends, classmates, your teachers, your own community, and that's the way change really happens. And the reality is the only thing that's ever changed the planet, if you do your history and check it out, is young people and young minds like you. You know, the older you get, you know, every day I start thinking of how disconnected, if I'm becoming more disconnected, or if I'm becoming more about the solution or the problem. As you get older, you kind of fall in line. And y'all are young and have all the potential in the world. So you could really, you hear it all the time, but I've seen young men and women like yourselves who are changing the world. And you know, that starts with one step at a time. So I really encourage you to you know, follow your dreams, figure out what you're passionate about, and apply it. And you know, be successful. You know, go after the goals and the things you want, but think about how and what you're doing and your relationship to the rest of the world and to your own community, first of all. So I thank you guys for paying attention, and I'm sorry that the technology didn't work out exactly right and that I was a little late. But I thank you guys for your attention.